Winter pruning starts when the vines are dormant, soon after harvest. Here at Halfpenny Green, we use a system called double geo, which is a replacement cane system. So the process is basically removing the canes that we tied down last year and then selecting new canes from the head of the vine to tie down for this year, ready to fruit. Budburst is the start of the season. It's when these first little shoots emerge from the canes that we've tied down in the winter. In England, this normally happens between mid-April and early May, depending on the variety. And it's when these tender little shoots are at the most vulnerable from ground frost. Flowering and fruit set is the most important time in any vineyard, and in England would normally be happening end of June, early July. Vines are self-pollinating. They don't need the bees, so there's no scent or colour. They simply fertilise themselves by allowing the pollen from their own stigma to drop into their own ovary, therefore self-pollinating. This is very dependent on the weather. Hot, bright, sunny weather will give us a really good yield, and cool, wet weather the opposite. As those young shoots emerge, they grow very quickly, sometimes as much as an inch every 24 hours. These have to be tucked in between the wires of the canopy. This would normally be throughout the month of July. Our system is called double geo, so these shoots are trained vertically up through the canopy until they emerge from the top, when we'll start trimming. Now, this is done mechanically with a tractor mounted trimmer to take the shoots off the top, and any shoots emerging from the side are also trimmed. The point of this is so that the vine is concentrating all its energy into the fruit rather than growing. De-leafing is the removal of leaves from around the bunches along the bottom of the canopy, which is around about mid-August in England. We do some mechanically and some by hand. The important thing is to expose the fruit to sunlight. Good sunlight penetration on the bunches will aid bunch development and also ripening. The more sunlight on the wood, the more fruitful it's going to be next year. Having done all our tasks in the vineyard, we wait now for the bunches to develop into what we call bunch hang, when they start to get some weight. And as the berries plump up and start to ripen, we rely very much then on the weather. This very much depends on the different varieties. In England, it will be from mid-September to the end of October, at which point we'll be testing the berries for sugar levels and acid levels to enable us to make a decision as to when to harvest. Having done our testing and made our decisions, the grapes are now ready to pick, and we'll start harvesting.